What I think most people think of and are afraid of is robots, right? They're like, oh my God, now I'm going to have a care bot that is going to come and take care of me instead of another human. Well, the first thing I'd point out, and working with a lot of older people, and my father's over 90, think about those ages, and one of the first things you think of is dignity and privacy. I can tell you I'd rather have a care bot for a whole host of things than another human being, no matter whether that's a family member or not. And a number of the robotics efforts are exactly to have robots that will help with lifting, with toileting, with dressing, all of those things. Japan's way ahead here because they have a very older population. But then there are also lots of ways where, again, a robot is not going to substitute for a human. That would not be a great trade-off. But a robot can do a lot of things that then leave the human-to-human part, leaves the caregiver much more time for that, much more time to really focus on the other person, but also I think enhances the dignity and in many cases the strength of the person being cared for.
We actually asked Inflection's AI chatbot, Pi, which countries use robots in care institutions and how they use them. And so Pi said to us,
So there are a few countries that are using robots in care institutions. Japan is probably the most well-known example. They've been experimenting with using robots to assist with elder care for a while now. In Japan, robots are used to help with things like monitoring patients, delivering food and medication, and providing companionship. They're also being used to help with tasks like cleaning and laundry. China is another country that's been exploring the use of robots in care institutions, and they're using them for similar tasks. Spain, Great Britain, and South Korea have also experimented with using robots in care settings.
And so you mentioned Japan, you mentioned human dignity, which again, like if AI can help us increase human dignity, like what a dream, what a perfect thing to do. Is there anything you would correct in that answer, add to that answer, anything else that we should be talking about here as it relates to robots and helping?
Well, I actually think we need to think about how robots can change architecture. My brother's an architect and an investment banker, and he's imagined what kind of home you would need if you had, let's say, a bed that can turn into a chair, right? That can roll into the kitchen, that can roll into a vehicle, and then, of course, there's a self-driving element. So that there are entire adjacent sectors that if you really could use a combination of robots and AI, and again, then there would be an entire set of jobs for people who are there part of the time, kind of keeping an eye, making sure that the person is as autonomous as possible and helping when necessary. We'd want to really change the design of our houses, not just all on one floor, but thinking about how you integrate this technology.